Stream is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord, follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, Captain Coder, here on this beautiful Saturday morning for me. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Kev Prime, it's so nice to see you, my friend. It's nice to have the whole crew with us here on this beautiful day, folks. Hang on. I forgot to get my program open. I always forget something. Hi, Tintin. That's the first time seeing that opening. I love it. Our very own Kurrick Sigian is the person who created that little intro song and inspired me to put those clips together for it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But welcome back, welcome aboard. Devro, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I'm sorry you missed it on that first. You got an exclamation point first, get those points in. Exclamation point first to get those points in. But it's so nice to be extra point. Yeah, Smab. This puzzle is so hilarious. For anyone who's not in the US, this is such a funny puzzle here that they have because this is not. It reminds me of when you have the words and it like has the right letters, but the order's messed up. So like you have the word school. I can't do it now. Mixed. Reading mixed up letters inwards. It reminds me of this a little bit, where it's like it looks correct, but it really is not even close. It's really funny. I saw it this morning. I was like, "What is this?" Oh, this is hilarious to me. So if you're not familiar with the geography of the United States, it might not be quite as hilarious, but I find it absolutely so funny. Okay, cracking me up. We also have G here. Thank you for being here, G. It's nice to see you on this beautiful day. Hi, Ten Tandon. Welcome back. I'm glad you enjoyed the intro song there. Nine Berry. It's also great to have you here with us. Thank you for sharing your solution. I can't wait to check it out. I can't wait to check out today's problem. We're on day 16. What are we doing today? We got the whole crew with us. We are, and we're gonna do the advent of code today. Day 16. We're working on it. We're working our way through these. We're slowly getting worn down, grinding us down. The advent of code just grind you down slowly, day after day after day. I remember it feeling kind of this exhausting last year too. Wait till you see today's map. Yeah, pathfinding is coming is one of the things that I keep seeing posted on the subreddit. I have no idea what today is going to be, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out together. The floor is going to be lava. If I had to guess, we have to figure out how to, like, a path where we don't get melted or something like that. I don't know. Julian Desert, how you doing today? How are you on Saturday? I got to know. Hey. Julian, it's nice to see you. Hi, Tintan, and the fact that the states are in justified alignment, it's quite funny, even though I'm not good at geography. It's just so hilarious. This picture is so funny. Look how small they've made California over here. They have all the right shapes. Well, it's like they have all the states in here, but the shapes are all, they have like repeated states. So for example, here is New Mexico. This one's New Mexico. And they just reversed New Mexico and put it they like flipped it and put it next to it. And then this one's Colorado, and then they flipped Colorado and like slightly distorted it. And then it's like another Colorado up here. It just cracks me up so much. They just like added some extra states in there. Oh yeah. All right, but yeah, you can't label these states. I love the little comment. Even with a blank map, a lot of people can only name 45 to 50 of the 64 states. Sweet Radish, welcome back. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. Some of the states are squares. You're missing here. There is, it's really wrong because right here, there's supposed to be these 4 states. Well, these aren't the real states here. These ones aren't the real states. But down here, they do have 4 corners right here. There's a place called Four Corners. It's where 4 states touch each other. all together. It's 4 states. There's a place called Four Corners where you can stand in 4 states all at the same time. So it's New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, I believe. You've been to Four Corners? Ah, nice. But yeah, this map is hilarious to me. We are doing day 16, though. It's so nice to have everybody here with me on this beautiful day. I'm feeling a little worn down. We're going to try and blast through this. Then, folks, we're going to be heading over to Keybind's stream today. Keybind is doing a subathons charity stream where all of the money collected through subs and bits and donations are all going to go to I forget which animal charity is, but an animal humane charity of some sort. So we're going to be going over there later today. We're going to be raiding into Keybind. Keybind is an incredible software engineer. Runs a company that does a VPN, Niceland VPN. Niceland VPN is Keybind's company. So we'll be heading over there later. I'm going to be hopping on. We're going to be doing a little dual stream. Collab stream for a bit. I'm just gonna do a little interview over there, talk with him about some stuff. And so if you have any questions about how VPNs work or why you need a VPN or things like that, it's gonna be the place to be. But we're gonna do day 16. We're gonna see if we can power through it. Today might be a long day. I'm not sure. It is a Saturday. It is a double-digit day. And next week, it's coming along. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm worn down. I'm getting tired. Look at this. Is a face. This is a face of a tired man. It's the face of a tired person, and it's wearing down on you. We're gonna get through to it. Today is not hard compared to 12. We're gonna find out. Till death do us part. How are you today? Till death do us part. Are you guys back? Are you back from were you on your honeymoon? Till death do us part. Georgie and Alex, it's so nice to see you. Who am I speaking to today? Is it Georgie? Is it Alex? Is it George? Is it Jalix? Is it Alexio? Is it George? It's Georgie. Is it George and Alex? Giorgio and Alex? Do I have the names wrong? Do I even know who you are? Fast chat. Welcome back to the chat. Thank you for chapping so fast. We're back, baby. It's Georgie. It's nice to see you, Georgie. I was calling you Giorgio, not George. I don't know why I was calling you Giorgio. Georgie. Capped. Did you hear what happened to Thor yesterday? Is it that he broke the Twitch donation record again? Is that what happened, Fast Chat? He's been blowing up. Pirate Soft are going insane over there with all people going crazy. What you were there for? That's wild. G says, I really don't understand why no one can label all 64 states. Yeah, it's a real challenge. It's a real challenge. Today is just graph traversal. It's pretty darn easy. Well, we'll find out. I'm gonna drink some coffee. Till death do us part. It is December. We are doing the Advent of Code. Everyone. I shouldn't just say till death do us part, but till death do us part. You guys are. Georgie, you're. No. I can't remember. One of you does a little bit of programming stuff. Advent of Code is a series of small programming puzzles. We get a new puzzle every day. Every puzzle has a part 1 and a part 2. We get one every day in the month of December leading up to Christmas, or December 25th if you don't celebrate Christmas. That's okay. And we are on day 16. The puzzles are getting progressively harder, kind of. It's up and down. We're gonna find out. Here we go. Here comes the story, yo. With the beam of light completely focused somewhere, the reindeer leads you deeper still into the lava production facility. At some point, you realize that the still facility walls have been replaced with cave, and the doorways are just cave, and the floor is cave, and you're pretty sure this is actually just a giant cave. Welcome to Cave Island. Finally, as you approach what must be the heart of the mountain, you see a bright light in a cavern up ahead. There, you discover that the beam of light you so carefully focused is emerging from the cavern wall closest to the facility and pouring all of its energy into a contraption on the opposite side. Upon closer inspection, the contraption appears to be a flat, two-dimensional square grid containing empty spaces, mirrors, and splitters. The contraption is aligned so that most of the beam bounces around the grid, but each tile on the grid converts some of the beam's light into heat to melt the rock in the cavern. You note the layout of the contraption in your puzzle. For example, here's our layout. We got dots, we got lines, we got mirrors, we got splitters. It's gonna be like a laser grid. Not under 1 millisecond. Yeah, if you're doing Pathfinder, are you using well, we'll figure it out. I'm still on part 1. Right, it's 12 milliseconds. Pretty fast for some of these Pathfinder ones. The beam enters in the top left corner from the left and heading to the right. Then its behavior depends on what it encounters as it moves. If the beam encounters an empty space, it continues in the same direction. If the beam encounters a mirror, the beam is reflected degrees depending on the angle of the mirror. So we come in, we get some reflections here. The beam encounters the pointy end of a splitter. The beam passes through the splitter as if the splitter were empty space. For instance, a rightward moving beam that encounters a dash splitter would continue in the same direction. Okay. So we have beams of light coming in. The beam will come here. I can draw lines. It'll come here, and then it's gonna reflect. Hang on. Let me try again. All right, so the beam's gonna come in. Actually, it comes in here, and this would split it. So it's actually gonna go up from here, and then down here, like that. And then it's going to hit this thing, and this will split it again. So it's going to split this way. And then this way. But because this one here is not splitting, or it's going the same direction as the light, it continues this way. It's going to hit this mirror and come up like this. It's going to hit this mirror, come up across like that. This mirror is going to come down. We're going to split. We do the splits like this. Okay, so I have, I think I have the idea of how the beam works. Let's keep reading just to make sure. Yeah, 2 low-hanging fruits for optimization. Spoof, best of luck, my friend. Smap says 500 milliseconds, very slow. That's okay. It's under a second. If we can get under, look, anything under like 15 seconds to me feels like doable. Feels doable. I learned to love switch statements today. Sweet Radish. Sometimes you just gotta love them in spoof. It's so nice to have you back, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, Georgie. Tell me, how was your trip? Did you guys have fun? You say I'm looking great. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I hope you're doing wonderful. What are you doing these days on your stream? What game are you playing? Beams not interacting with other beams. A little can have many beams passing through it at the same time. At the same time, a tile is energized. That tile has at least one beam pass through it, reflect in it, or split in it. Okay. In the above example, here is how the beam of light bounces around the contraption. So it comes in here, it comes down. Okay, and then it's going to end up coming here, and then just that becomes an infinite beam loop. Okay. These come off the edges. Beams are only shown on empty tiles. Arrows indicate the direction of the beams. If a tile containing beams moving in multiple directions, the number of distinct distinctions is shown instead. Here are the same diagram, but instead only showing whether a tile is energized. Energize me. All right, so here's the energized tiles. Ultimately, in the example, 46 tiles become energized. The light isn't energizing enough tiles to produce lava. To debug the contraption, you need to start by analyzing the current situations. With the beam starting in the top left, heading right, how many tiles end up being energized? Okay. This feels like a pathfinding.
Whoa.
Holy cannoli! Phil Barracks coming on in. We got a big old raid from Phil Barracks. Phil Barracks, how's it going, buddy? Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for being here. Oh, holy cannoli. I appreciate you. Folks, if you guys don't know Phil Barracks, incredible streamer, YouTuber, human being extraordinaire. What were you working on your stream, Phil Barracks? Let's give you a shout out. Folks, Attention all lurkers. Attention all lurkers. Please direct your attention to the chat. The incredible, the infallible, the unpredictable Phil Barracks, folks. Be sure to give him some love. You see this heart right here? This guy up here. You see this here? Phil Barracks. If you look right here, we got Phil Barracks. We got this heart. If this heart ain't green, you're mean. Click it. Give it some love, folks. Give him some love. Phil Barracks, how was your stream? What the heck were you up to? Lady Orca, thank you for being here today. Lady Orca, a Will Mill. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome, Raiders. We also got Ghost Lupo 86. It's nice to see all your beautiful faces, your beautiful names in the chat here. Welcome back. Welcome aboard. Welcome back to the Academy. Happy to have you here. Was working on the Twitch overlay stream slugger. Feel free to drop a link, Phil Barracks. Let me make sure you have permission. I'm pretty sure you've been here enough. Feel free to drop a link to it. I know you got it over on Steam, and we can get people clicking on it, adding it to their wish list. Maybe there's a demo, I can't remember. Also, Sigian, welcome back to the stream. Folks, don't forget, exclamation point first. Get those bonus points. Get those bonus points. Let us know where you're at, who you are. Bill, thank you for the link. Thank you for the link. We'll pin that to the chat here for a few minutes here so people can check it out. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, folks. Phil Barracks, programmer extraordinaire, creating Stream Slugger. Stream Slugger, you want to have highly interactive Twitch? Check out Stream Slugger. Stream Slugger. Spoof says, I completed part 2 so quickly today. Can't have been more than 5 minutes after I got part 1. That's good. I hope so. I missed some chat, I think, from scroll up here. Got Tilt that's right. St. Lucia was amazing. We went scuba diving for the first time and saw loads of cool animals. Awesome. Any new animals that you'd never seen before? So I guess you're scuba diving. You're gonna see all sorts of stuff. Okay, so I have my day 16 puzzle set up here, ready to go. Enjoy your lurk, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the Academy. It's nice to have you here. Okay. We are going to do, what are we going to do here? I think the easiest thing for me to do is do, I want to call it breadth first search, but we're not doing a search. We're doing a breadth first flood fill. I'm going to do a breadth first flood fill where we keep track of all of the positions that we've visited on this grid. We start in the top left. We have just like a grid here that keeps that. So I'm gonna do a breadth first flood fill. Depth first would probably work as well. I'm gonna go with breadth first because that's like my go-to. Need job coder, what's up, man? I got repeated stress injury from coding too much. I hope you watch out too. You know, I have carpal tunnel in my right hand from all the repeated stress injuries. I don't know if you guys, one of my students said, your keyboard is disgusting, so I feel a little bit self-conscious about it. I need to wash it. It's true though, my keyboard is disgusting, but they're asking to see it. I have this keyboard, which helps with my repeated stress injury, but my keyboard is pretty gnarly there. I clean the keys out pretty regularly, but the actual device needs to get washed a little bit more. And then I have this ergonomic mouse as well. Yeah, okay. All right, we got a Will Mill. A Will Mill. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for following. Thank you for following me. Thank you for the follow, a Will Mill. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Camping Coders Academy. Happy to have you here. Mizzard, welcome back. Mizzard says, I used the same grid information from day 10. It's probably what I should do. All right, so I'm gonna let's build the test. Let's build just a validator test. We're gonna take this input here. I set a basic project up for us. Public, static, read only, string, input, sample input equals, boop. Paste this bad boy in here, get it all going, trim it down, replace line endings, trim like that. And then let's go ahead and get our puzzle input. I guess we don't need our puzzle input yet. All right, so this is our input. Test sample input part 1. We're gonna go day 16.part1 sample input dot should be 45 was the answer. 46. Okay, so we have a little simple test here. You got a 2x speed up from a queue to a stack. Interesting. So that means that depth first search is faster for yours for some reason. Be a flood flow, I think it would be called a graph traversal. A graph traversal is fine, yeah. So I was calling it, because it's not a breadth first search, it's a breadth first traversal. There you go, breadth first traversal. And I'm doing like a filling in the spots. I'm thinking of it as a flood fill because I'm drawing stuff on it. But I think you're right. I don't think that, yeah, you're right. Proton, welcome back. Merry Commodore, remember, El Cabinet. Commodore Ember. It's like Commodore 64. Proton, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Patty Wax. Knick-knack, Patty Wax, give a dog a bone. Thank you. Give a coder a whoa. Thank you for the whoa there. Also, Nicholas Yitu, welcome back. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it. Captain, happy holidays. Just popping in and say hi as I make breakfast. Enjoy your breakfast, my friend. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm gonna have to eat something delicious today. I think I'm gonna make some whole wheat pancakes for breakfast because I've been craving them. Diet's going well, by the way. Diet's going fantastic. I've been eating so many. Look. Diet just means what you're eating, and my diet has been delicious. With lots of fatty, delicious foods. As I wrote the Rust standard lib deck implementation and love to use it whenever I can. Gotcha. Low branching factor makes GFS faster than BFS. That makes sense. Okay. It's really hard for me to say Commodore Ember. It's a new word. It's a new word for me. Commodore Ember. I don't know what the two. It's like Commodore 6. Commodore combined with Ember. December. It's like Commodore Sember. Oh, what about Commodore Sember? That might have made it. Is it really a Captain Coder stream if you don't come in without hitting the whoa? Because it isn't for me. Thanks, Patty Whack. I appreciate it. Thank you for the whoa. I appreciate you. Okay. We need to parse this bad boy in to our grid. Titus. Thank you for following me today. Thank you for being so great. Titus, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the crew. Ninja says, why not add green tea and something that improves insulin resistance? I take Birabine and Glynac. Those are two words that are hard for me to say. I do love me some green tea. I often will drink, I have what's called Scottish tea. It's a darker tea. Doesn't have as many medicinal things, but green tea would be good. It's a Commodore to remember, Proton, thank you. Okay. Let me write a parser for this. We're gonna have to parse in a grid here. We have 4 different types of mirrors. All right, so we're gonna have a public enum mirror. I'm just gonna call them all mirrors. Some of their mirrors are splitters. Mirrors are splitters, and so there's a couple different ones. We have maybe I could, grid elements. I don't know what a good word for this is. Mirror or splitter or none. So none. I love this little trick here that Steve taught me. None is our dot, like that. We have love a spot of Earl Grey myself, but I've mostly been drinking a homemade energy drink here lately. Ooh, I usually, Earl Grey is sort of my go-to black tea. But I went to a Scottish festival a few months ago and got some really good tea there. Okay. Tile, Mizzard, that's, you got it. Tile. Mizzard, what a great name. Look. I never look. Captain Coder's a simpleton. 50 points, Mizzard. X, thank you for that. All right, cat. Look, Cook. I'm not good at. I'm not a wordologist. None. We have vertical pipe. We have horizontal. Is that horizontal pip? Let's make that pipe dash here. We're gonna do the smab. We're gonna line these up. Boom. We're gonna smab it up. Smab it up. Smab it up, baby. Smab it up. That's when you it's when you write good code. Smab. Is it okay if I use your name? If I say writing, I'm gonna use that as an adjective. You gotta. Is that an adjective or a verb? If you smab your code, that would be a verb. All right. So I'm gonna use smab as an adjective to mean you write code that is beautiful. Hiding, and if you spoof it, that means you're getting your code to run super fast. All right, horizontal pipe, and then left and right, left mirror. Is this right mirror? Is that what's a better name for a left-leaning mirror and a right-leaning mirror? Hang on, why didn't it? What's wrong with this one? Oh, I need to put 2 slashes there. There we go. 3 milliseconds is wild. Dashing through the snow. Gee, thank you. Got some free samples of Gamers Up with the shaker cup I got from them. Then remembered I need to save money and probably shouldn't be paying $40 for what essentially amounts to a week's supply of Kool-Aid and ground up caffeine pills. Yeah, that sounds correct. That sounds correct. $40 a week for ground up caffeine pills and Kool-Aid seems pretty pricey. All right, so these are our tiles. Honestly, I can ignore none. I'm gonna ignore none here, and I'm gonna parse this into a dictionary. I'm gonna parse it into a dictionary, and if I have none, do I need a none? Yeah, I'm gonna do a dictionary here of positions. To let me go still position from my previous project. Did I do it in 10? CD 10. Is it? Why can't I go into? Oh, I'm already in. Okay, calm down. Why is everyone yelling? There's my position. We're gonna copy position to day 16. Okay, is it time for me to make a common lib? Hang on. The problem with the common lib is then I need to move my solution higher up, right? Let's make it dirt. Let's try. AOC helpers. I'm gonna try a thing. AOC helpers. .NET new class lib. We're gonna try a thing. We're gonna open this up here. I'm gonna pull my position here. Copy ./10. Implementation position here. Okay. All right. AOC helpers. And then let's delete you. Let's add in. Really, it's part of my Captain Coder core library. Let's see here. This is gonna be namespace. I can't type. Why VS Code? Why would you do this to me? All right. Reload this. Parallelization for part 2. Oh, that's a little hint there that we're gonna have to be doing a bunch of pathfinding. My thought is, we'll see when I get there, but my thought is the second puzzle is gonna be essentially like a Dijkstra's algorithm to find the where a bunch of overlaps or something are. So you have to build up some nodes, but I could be wrong. Multi-threading for this. Multi-threading is expensive to start. Isn't it expensive to, the overhead of creating the threads is kind of expensive, isn't it? So if you're already down to 3 milliseconds, would creating a threads help? Maybe on a GPU. Ooh, dump it to a GPU. Namespace. I'm gonna just call it AOC helpers. All right. And we'll put this in our position. All right, so now if I come up here to day 16 implementation, I should be able to do .NET add reference. Can I do this? AOC helpers. Okay. And then in test, I want to do it there as well. .NET add reference to AOC helpers. Okay, so now I have it. So I've got my position. I got my position in here, hopefully. So we can say using AOC helpers. No. .NET, hang on. .NET build. Yeah, I had a feeling that this wasn't going to be able to find it. The type name source could not be found. Are you missing a directive or reference? Ah, hang on. Maybe if I reload this. VS Code, please. Okay. Might be okay. Okay, we're gonna be okay. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna have my public. I'm gonna try not to overcomplicate too much. Public static dictionary from position to tile. That's gonna be our grid. Build grid. All right, and it's gonna take in a string of inputs. Okay, so we're gonna be able to get our grid back from this, and we're gonna loop through our input. All right, so we're gonna take our input, we're gonna split it on new lines, and then we're gonna loop through row column here. So we'll do string array raw is this, and we're gonna loop through. We're gonna say for int row equals 0 for input. No, for int row equals 0, row less than raw dot length, row plus plus. For int column equals 0, column less than row raw. Really, I should be able to do this. They should all be the same. Column plus plus. Ooh, I need to keep track of the size of this as well. So I'm going to actually create a structure to hold this here. So I have our position tiles, and then we need a row. We need the size of it as well, because when we go off of the map, it's going to be important for us to be able to stop. Xenon Krypton. Xenon Crypton. It's not Krypton, it's Crypton. Xenon. Xenon. Xenon Crypton. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for following me. Xenon, welcome to the stream. What a cool name. Xenon. Xenon, that's a gas. It's not just a gas, it's a royal gas. Xenon, Your Majesty, I thank you for blessing us with your presence, with your royalness. Happy to have you here. Okay. Spoof for the name settled on mirror 45 and mirror 135. Yeah, I did left mirror, right mirror. But like looking at it, it's like, oh well, shouldn't this actually? It like depends on what you're looking at, the way you look at it. And so it's like a little bit left mirror. Now it looks like a right mirror to me, so it's leaning to the right. Right mirror, left mirror. Let's do forward mirror, backward mirror, because we have forward slash and back slash. All right, forward mirror and backward mirror. Xenon, no, thank you so much. Are you looking at the top end or the bottom end? I think forward and backward is easier for me. Because of forward slash, backward slash. Do I have forward slash and backward? This is forward slash, right? It's leaning forward. All right, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna build our grid out here. I need to have a public record grid. It's gonna have two parts. It's gonna have a I read only dictionary from position to tile. tiles, and then it's gonna have a int rows, int columns, so it knows how big it is at the end of the day. And then this is gonna return a grid, and I'm gonna put this inside of here. We're gonna move this in here, and we're gonna call this parse. Boom, easy peasy. Xenon, just a question. Do you code also with C++? It's certainly not my best programming language. I have done, it's probably one of the languages I've programmed the least in, and would not consider myself an expert in it by any means, but I can get by in it. So I'm a teacher, and so some of my students do Vex Robotics, and so that you program in C++, or I think it's one of the options at least, and so I've helped students with programming for Vex Robotics. I do consider myself very proficient in the C programming language, though. So let me say that. I hope that answered your question, Xenon. But thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. It's nice to have you here. Okay, continuing forward, we got to parse this in. Char ch. Oops, char ch is going to be our raw row column here like this, and then we're going to essentially parse it in. We're going to say if bar dash slash 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 dot doesn't contain ch, skip it. So if it's not one of the things that we can actually use, don't do anything with it. Otherwise, we're going to add it into our dictionary here. So we're going to have a dictionary of position tile tiles. Autocomplete, filling that in for me. I don't want this. Okay, rotation is pretty much always counterclockwise. In mathematics, interesting. Is that true? I always think of it as clockwise. When I say like 90 degrees, I think of rotating clockwise. You're saying counterclockwise? So if you say 90 degrees, that means that's interesting. That is interesting. I always think of it as clock, because you're looking at a clock. That's the way the clock flows. You're telling me that if someone says 45 degrees, so here we go. I'm gonna draw a really terrible circle here. You're saying, all right, so 0 degrees is here, right? So this is 0, 0. You're telling me that I would go here. This is what I would call, and I know that there's a straight line option. These are both 45 degrees, but you're saying if someone says 45s, 0 degrees is to the right. Oh. Okay. So you're saying 0 degrees is here. So this is 0 degrees, all right? And then if I go 45 degrees, you're saying that we go to the left like that. This is 45 degrees, we should go this direction. Wow, that's interesting. I guess if you're in mathematical coordinates, with sine and cosine, that I think that might make sense. In my mind, I'm always thinking the other direction. Sweet Radish, I would call that negative 45 too, but I could be wrong. Spoof, thank you for sharing that with us. Clearly, I ain't know things about nothing. All right, otherwise we're gonna take our tile here and we're gonna convert it into a tile. And so we actually just gonna do tiles at row column is gonna be equal to, and we're just gonna do a cast on our character here into it. So this is gonna build up our grid. It's gonna build up our grid like this. Solar, bam! 404, solar, bam, 404. It's like emerald, bam. Gonna add a little bit in there, but watch out, because that request cannot be fulfilled because we couldn't find it. So met solar, bam. They have followed me today, solar, bam. I love you. Thank you so much for following me today, solar, bam. Thank you so much for the fun. Why do you even need a tiles array? I need to know which direction I'm gonna do pathfinding. I'm gonna do breadth first search, and I need to look up where I am on the map and what I should do, how I should do it. That's my plan. That's my plan. Pull this into a grid, and then I'll have that data point here. Just do that inside of breadth first search. Just do that inside of breadth first search. So you're telling me, oh, you're saying to just do it directly. You're telling me to do it directly. Yeah, so this is just the way I want to do it. Is it okay if I do it this way? Is it okay if I over-engineer something because I like to? Look, I like writing excessive code. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, it's easier for me to think of row and column here in my grid. For some reason, it's what I'm choosing to do. And look, if I want to over-engineer something, I think I should be allowed to do so. Am I hurting anyone? Sweet Radish, is it okay? Can I have your permission to do it this way? I think it's okay if I do it this way. It's just how my brain works. It immediately jumps to let's build a grid. Let's make a class for it. I need all the classes. We'll do int rows. It's gonna be equal to raw.length. Int columns is gonna be equal to raw of 0.length. Thank you for your permission. I appreciate it. I could do it directly on. You're correct. I could do it directly on the string. I could do it directly on my input. I don't have to parse it into this thing. I could just go in here and say, okay, let's go look at it. I wonder if the sparse representation would be more efficient than the dense rep I'm using right now. The sparse representation is probably going to be expensive because it's a dictionary. Dictionaries are kind of take up kind of a lot of space. Zorik, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here, buddy. Just like he has to iterate over the grid elements. I don't quite understand. Box, welcome back to the stream. And Practical NPC, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Practical, how's Memori coming along? How is Memori, folks? Do I got a Practical NPC? If I don't, Practical, do I have a Practical NPC? There it is. Folks, incredible game developer, incredible streamer, streams almost daily. Solo, not just an incredible indie game dev, a solo game dev. But if you guys want to learn a little bit about game dev, you run the Reddits too for solo indie dev, right? Check out Memori. If you like games that are incredibly difficult precision platformers, Memori is going to be the game for you. I played this on stream. Oh, I love this game so much. I played the first 3 chapters. Where we at, Practical? I'd love to have an update from you. But thank you for being here, folks. Be sure to go check out Memori. One of the coolest games. One of my most anticipated games. Let's say this is less than columns. Let me double check in the chat here just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Spoof, I think the answer is going to be no, because the dictionary is going to be expensive. Constructing it, and then maybe not. I imagine if you just if you're just doing it directly on your strings, it should be fine. Poo Stack, good morning. I hope you're having a great day. Poo Stack, welcome back to the stream. You were so good. I just got back from break. I put in a lot of hours into it lately, trying for January for the full release. We're gonna return a new grid here of new read only dictionary with tiles, and then rows, columns. Yeah, I really don't need to do this in this way. Read only requires 2 values. I can't just pass it in a dictionary? Dictionary isn't of type iDictionary? What? That's super weird. Tiles dot. Can I just do tiles here? Okay. This is a lie though. Notice this is a lie because it's not an iRead-only dictionary. That's fascinating that it lets us do that a little bit. I could do .2 read only. Is there a .2 frozen dictionary? All right, there we go. That's probably, frozen dictionary isn't quite what we want, but that'll work. All right. And really, there's no reason to do this. Really, there's no reason to do this. I'm just crazy. Yes, but spoof. Here's the problem. You could, in another piece of code, public static void dumb thing, you could do this. So even if I have an I read only dictionary of position and tile thing, I can do the following. I can say, okay, well, just make it a dictionary, cast it. Can I do this? Can I just cast it? I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Couldn't I just cast it and like be like, well, just treat it as this thing? Hang on. Dictionary, position, tile, modifiable. Make this, and we say modifiable. And then down here, I can still just, I can cast thing back modified. Equal, oh, so I can't do that. I'd have to give it a position. Equals tile dot horizontal. You could do this. The interface doesn't actually prevent you from modifying. You say, hey, by the way, I'm going to treat you this way and modify it. It does prevent, so yeah. Yeah, so like if I wanted it to actually not be something I could modify, why doesn't read-only dictionary, oh, I wasn't giving it, I bet I didn't give it type, position tile. I bet I needed to do that. There we go, I wasn't giving it its type. Okay. What are you doing? I'm so confused. I thought you were doing path compression with segment tree to keep track of visitor range, but it doesn't. No, I'm not doing anything clever. I'm just making more high 10 tangent. I'm just making more work for myself. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not doing path compression at all. That would be that. I wish I was smart enough to do that. I'm just building a grid so that I can do a search on it. Okay. I just wanted to build a grid. That's all I wanted. That's I wanted a grid to be in this format so that way I could spend more time writing a parse function and not just do it directly on the string on a string array. That's what I did here. So there's no what's the dictionary for then? It gives me a lookup. So I given a row and a column, I can say whether or not I have one of these in there. Yeah, it's dumb. The answer, high 10 tandon, is I did not much. So yeah, I did not much is really what's happening here. Yeah, I could have done this. And then I get rid of this whole thing like that. So none in there. I don't know why. What's the dictionary for? It's because I want to be able to index by my position type. There's not a good reason. Let me put that. Okay. Because we do what we must because we can. Or we do what we can because we must. I don't know. One of those two things. Okay. We have a grid here that we've parsed in. Now I want to do a traversal. All right, so I'm gonna do, let's go look up BFS Wikipedia. I always just, rather than trying to do it from memory, let's just copy this in here. So that way I have it. Paste you in here. And so this is like our breadth first search here. We're gonna have a few things that we need to do. Yeah, high 10 tandon, I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be, as is tradition. So we need to navigate this thing. Okay, so we're gonna navigate this thing. The answer is there's no good reason. I could totally do it. Yeah, I could totally do it just on our input directly. I think BMS can be kind of easy to get wrong. That's why I copied it in here, spoof. All right, so public static. We want to get a set of, let's go with a hash set of positions energized, and we're gonna give it our grid. All right, so given our grid here, we're gonna do it. If you have a visited set in the wrong place, yeah. So this is gonna be a hash set of the positions that we visited. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So we're just gonna keep track of the positions that we've visited, like this, and then we are gonna oh, because you can be going in a different direction. I think can't stop. It needs to be a hash set of position direction. Yes. But at the end of the day, you only care about the hash set of positions you visited. So my energize is going to give us a hash set of the positions that we visited. But when we do our thing, add a position field to position. Sweet Radish, I don't understand what you're suggesting there. We just got to keep track of our queue here. Our label is so like, how are we navigating this thing? The return type only cares about the position because this is saying which positions are energized. All right. So the idea being that I can, for my part one, I'm gonna do the following, where I I parse in my grid.parse inputs grid, and then I can do energized.grid, energized of grid dot count. This is going to be my solution for part one. All right. How I implement this is a little bit different because the visited cells are going to be slightly different. So when we're moving through this graph, it's important to know which direction we're going so we know how to split. So we have visited each cell. Yeah, so this is it. So we have to keep track of our direction. So we're gonna have our visited hash set to create a hash set of position, and then direction, direction like this. And then we need to make a direction type. Public record direction. I feel like the easiest way to deal with direction, I could do a northeast southwest thing, but I think doing this is a little bit easier, where I track the like movement direction, where I say how many rows and what direction I'm moving here, and so that way I can think, I don't have to think about northeast southwest. And then I can do public static direction north is new direction -1 0 like this. So I have a northeast southwest East would be to the right one column, south would be down, and then west would be to the left. So I can do this. This is gonna make it easier for me to do some stuff, I believe. Yeah. Do you want performance? You consider doing it in C++. I'm not doing it in C. Yeah, I'm not considering performance too much outside of just like, is it runnable? Also, McNets, welcome back to the stream. It's nice to have you here, buddy. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And Corfless, happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. Mosh1KO. Moshiko. I'm gonna go with Moshiko. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Moshi. Koho. Thank you for following me. Today we got Moshi. Ko. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you. Moshi Ko, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. It's Moshi Ko, but Mosh is also fun. Mosh, thank you so much for letting me know. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew. So we're going to have a hash set of this. This is going to be our visited. So these are the things we've visited. And then we're going to have a queue here, a queue of position, direction, dir, like this, queue. So we're going to use this to do our traversal. Label root as explored. We're going to start in the top left, but I'm just going to give it I'm going to have it pass in a position, pause, direction, dir, start position here, and then we can do q dot in queue start. All right. And then also visited dot add start. Okay. This would be super interesting in Haskell. I'd love to write this in Haskell. Write in Haskell for flexing power. Maybe I should write it in Haskell. I hope Captain Coder will have time today to check out my solution. I prepared a classic C++ horror movie type solution. Zorg, feel free to exclamation point Q to get it in there. We're going to be cutting it short probably a little bit today because we're going to be going over to Keybind stream. Keybind is doing a Streamathon charity stream. Let's give a shout out to Keybind real quick. Let me get it right. 1 second. Twitch, Keybind. Keybind is doing a charity stream today. And so I'm going to be we're going to be raiding at the end of this. We're going to be raiding over to Keybind. It's doing a subathon who is doing a, can't talk, subathon charity stream, donating to an animal protection organization. I can't remember the name of the organization. I think we might actually be voting on the organization, but subathon over there, charity stream. So at the end of this, we're going to be raiding over there. I'm going to be doing a collab with them a little bit. So we might not have time for solutions, but feel free to NQ them, exclamation point Q, get them in, or drop them on the Discord because we're having lots of people chatting about them over there. It's another great place to do it. All right, we got to focus. All right, so I have done this part here. Getting neighbors is going to be interesting. Yeah. So this is, okay. Compression it would be interesting here. Hi Tintandon, yeah, doing the compression would be smart. I could totally do that. Where you, it's so interesting. I have such an idea for doing the compression. All right, so we have this done. And then we're gonna do, our Q dot, I guess I could do try DQ. I was gonna do count greater than 0, but we'll do try DQ. What is try DQ? Out, position, pause, direction, dir. We got to give it a name. Elements. All right, node. This would be node. in our traditional thing. So while we're able to pull things out of our queue, we're going to keep going here. So node gets dequeued, and then we're going to say if we're not looking for a goal in this case. So instead, we immediately got to find our neighbors. Sweet Radish, just casually changing directions. Nothing to see here. Smab. Oh, I'm smabbing it. I'm smabbing it up. It makes me feel good to know that I like to model myself after you, Smab. And I'm glad my smabness is increasing. My smabness level, it has been leveling up for the last year. Matt, welcome back to the stream. Lately, I noticed that my algorithms started to become similar to each other. I'm always using certain patterns and nothing different. Do you think this is problematic? It depends on what you mean. Your algorithms, do you mean like when you're programming, you find yourself doing the same things over and over? There's very common patterns in programming and software engineering, and that's why there's things like the Book of Four. The Book of Four is like programming patterns. Why we learn programming patterns. Depending on your domain, you'll have a variety of different patterns you use because they're well known to solve problems in particularly good ways. So I would say that's probably a good thing that you are starting to recognize, hey, I can use this thing to solve a problem. In like complexity theory, being able to take a problem and translate it into a well-known algorithm is super useful. So I would say it's probably a good thing, not problematic. That said, trying to solve every problem with the same solution when it's not the correct, when it doesn't fit. So it's like using a hammer. What do they say? It's like a hammer doesn't fix it. Isn't the only tool. It's good to know more tools, but it's also great to recognize when to use it. All the answers are 42 anyway. It's true. Good point. The end of the day, I'm gonna go through and I guess I could take one more hash set. Position energized. Like this. All right, so then at the end of the day, we'll end up with energized down here. Hi, you link mirrors. Each node has up to 4 neighbors type of the mirror. Yeah, I was just thinking that compression would be really cool. No. So like you saying compression here is going like, oh, that would be great. As I could build up this thing and then say, okay, what are each of the segments? I could literally build out all of the segments to do some really cool compressions on it. And so like I wish I had thought of that. But you inspired me to you saying that goes like, oh, like I'm feeling like I want to do that now. We're gonna do the simple version first. If hammers don't solve your problem, you didn't use enough force. It's kind of true. True facts. A truer fact has never been stated. It's poo stack hilarious. But hi Tandon, I love that. I actually really like that idea for simplifying it, so we don't actually have to navigate the whole thing. This is where you could do you build a graph, basically build a graph that's the connection points, right? So when something comes in, it just does a search out of all the edges. So I could build sorry, I'm rambling because I'm so excited. I can't think straight here. You could take your input and turn it into like a true graph here, which would be really cool. So we have this thing here. We have each one of these becomes a node, right? So each one of these becomes a node. And then rather than having all this blank space, I almost have this, but I'm going to be navigating over it anyway. We say, okay, well, this thing happens to be connected here on a specific type of edge. So mine is a graph. It is a true graph, but we can eliminate all of these things. It's real, so this edge here has a specific precondition under which you traverse it. So I could set up my nodes and edges just so that I have this going on to it here. I only care about the points that have these in it. What are the possible connections they have? So anyway, I really like it. But yeah, I think you could do some kind of algorithm that way. Darth, welcome back to the stream. How are you? Darth, welcome back. Darth Blackman, how you doing, buddy? I need to get all of my neighbors here. So I want to write a function that gets my neighbors here. So I need to do a public static. It's these things. It's these things here. I enumerable. Of this neighbors, and this takes in where I am, node, and then the grid itself, like that. These could potentially be inside of my grid as well. So I'm gonna move this down here. I'm gonna go a little bit more OO here. I'm gonna get rid of the static, and grid just becomes this thing here. And then I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna pull this in down here, get rid of the static, and say, well, this is for a specific graph, so I don't have to pass around the grid. And so we want to find the neighbors. Given a position, we need to go in and find the neighbors of this position. And this is kind of where you could do the segment thing that you're talking about. I could say, okay, well, go find, rather than, I'm just going to find the next neighbor right now, which could include the dot. Yeah, CodeMonk, I'm not going to do it that way. The way you would do it that way, though, is you would say, okay, well, how many... yeah, you need some crazy intersect. I was going to say, you could just say how long this thing is, but then you have to do some magic when you're crossing over this way for the intersections. You'd have to include the positions that are included in that. I'm not doing it that way. Yeah, but CodeMonk, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Mizzard, how would you do that? You would need to, your edge would need to encode all of the positions that it includes. So your edge here isn't just a link from this to that. It is also a set of positions within. And so you'd get all those, when you go across the edge, it's like, okay, here's all the positions we just traversed. So rather than traversing it every step of the way, you just get a whole set. You pre-calculate all of the things between it. Okay, so neighbors here, we have a position. And so we're gonna have our grid. We're gonna do tiles dot try get value. Try get value. Just taking a key. Hang on. What am I doing here? Try get value. We're gonna pass in our node dot position out tile and say if this is not the case, we need to move our position down a direction. So if we can't get the tie here, yes, hi Tandon, exactly. Maxwell, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, my friend? It's nice to see you. We need to return a, we're gonna move our position plus dir.row node dot position plus node dot rows node dot dir dot row node dot dir dot call comma dir. So we don't change the direction. Node dot dir. Yield return this. Yeah, okay. So this gets us if, all right, so if we are on an empty cell, keep going in the direction we are going. So the one neighbor we have is go to the next spot. Go to the next spot. Okay. There are other times this could happen. So if we're a dot, we keep going. And then it's sort of like if we're going up and down and we hit a vertical pipe, I'm just going to do each one of those separately to keep my logic sound. So if we are going north or south and we hit a vertical pipe, keep going. All right, we can put, it's fine to put it here. All right. Or, all right, so let me put this here. So this means we hit an empty cell. If we are going north or south, what are we coding? Just joined Wiz Yash. Welcome back to the stream. We are working on advent of code. What are we doing? We're working on advent of code day 16. Day 16. So that's what we're working on. Advent of Code is a a series of puzzles created by Eric Wastel in December. It's an advent calendar of programming puzzles, which is super fun. If we're going north or south, so if tile is tile dot horizontal pipe vertical pipe, and so if it's a vertical pipe and node.dir is node.north, sorry, not node, direction.north, or node.dir is direction.south. I hate this, by the way. So we're saying if our pipe is north-south, it's a vertical pipe and we are going north or south, then we keep going. Or Art Berkless, how you doing, my friend? Art, how you doing, friend? It's so nice to see you. How is the Warlock's Gauntlet coming on? Are you still working on your... I was hanging out in your chat. I was lurking. I wasn't in your chat. I was lurking in your stream yesterday. You were working on... I think you're working on your pixel art. The animations you had on that scene were super cool. But yeah, thank you for popping in. How the heck have you been? All right, if we are going east or west... and we hit a horizontal pipe. Horizontal pipe. And we say east, west. We're gonna keep going the direction we're going. We always, let me think here. We will always, these are the only cases, right? So, where we keep going the direction we're currently going. We also have a bounds check here that we have to do. Hi, 1010. I've got some chores to do, so I'll be back in some time. Enjoy your lurk, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out. Kobalaki, welcome back to the stream. I'm doing absolutely fabulous. We're on day 16 of Advent of Code. We're doing a pathfinding algorithm for part 1. We're on part 1. Art says, thank you so much. Yes, I'm finally making some progress on the art tool again. I think I cleared a little hurdle, which was primarily that I didn't quite know what I wanted to implement next. Gotcha. Oh, also, I saw your devlog update with music, your music on YouTube. So thank you so much for sharing that. Folks, if you guys don't know Art Berkless, Art is a game developer extraordinaire. Making the Warlock's Gauntlet. You check it out here on the screen real quick. Warlock's Gauntlet is a hack and slash game inspired by the classics Hexen, Heretic, Doom, and many others. It's Really cool looking game. You go play the demo, check it out on Steam, give Art some love. And if you want to watch someone develop in C++, not just making games, making their own game engine to make games, incredible stuff, incredible journey, incredibly inspiring. So Art, thank you so much for being here, my friend. Happy Saturday. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a yield return here. The last thing we kind of might want to do here is say, well, we also want to be within the size of the grid. So this is our condition under which we keep going in the same direction. We keep going in the same direction. And then the next position needs to actually be inside the grid. So let's create a variable here. I really want to... I hate that I keep typing this out. Next, let's do position. Next position is this thing here. We'll say next position. Okay. And then we actually want to say if this is not within our grid, then you know we don't deal with it. We just don't do it. And so part of me is thinking I might do that outside of neighbors. I might make this a thing like this, and then I'll filter it later. I'll filter the ones that are outside of our grid later, so that I don't end up outside the grid. Mama, welcome back to the stream. How you doing, buddy? Happy Saturday. Late as always, start my day. Such a nice shout out and praise made my day already. I'm glad I made your day, Art. You made my day for being here. Right. Yeah, feel free to send an exclamation point Q. We're still working on part 1. So do your best to avoid spoilers for part 2, but exclamation point Q to get it in to the queue, my friend, and we'll check it out if we have time. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to do this later. I'm going to do neighbors like this, and then public IEnumerable position, pause, direction, dir, neighbors. I think I'm going to do this, and then this is just going to be return underscore neighbors dot where of node dot where, and then we're going to say it's in bounds. We'll have n coming in, n dot position dot row greater than or equal to 0, and n dot position dot column dot row is less than rows, and n dot position dot column is greater than or equal to 0, and n dot position dot column is less than columns. All right, so we're gonna say that our neighbors here is we're gonna use this private helper here. Neighbors to pull it out. And I might make this a local function. It might make sense to actually make it a local function. But this makes sure that I don't have to now. I now do not have to think about movement on it. I don't think about movement here. Okay. So now we need the case where we do splitting. Split north south. You can afford a round of treadmill Tetris. We could go for it. We could go for a round of treadmill Tetris. You'd be the first person to redeem that, Art, which would be fascinating. I'd have to get some socks. Which would be fun. Hex Tree, welcome back to the stream as well. I'm glad you're having a beautiful day. Oh, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for submitting your solution to us. So we're gonna split north and south here. What is treadmill Tetris? I play Tetris while running or walking on a treadmill. so that's what it is. That's what Treadtris is. So yeah, if you want to watch me play Tetris well on a treadmill, I do have my gamepad. Okay. If you go for it, Art, I'll do it. If you do it, I will go ahead and I will do it. Maybe not right at this moment when we get to a good resting point. Yeah, so it'll be. I've never done it. So it'll be interesting here. If you want to do it, go for it. You know, Art, you would not be interrupting. It's there. It's there for funsies for you guys. Okay. Okay. So split north south. How long is your stream today? At least another 2 or 3 hours, probably. So probably another 2 or 3 hours. Nick, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day, my friend. Happy to see you. Happy to have you here. Honestly, this I don't need to check anything else when I get here, so I kind of don't like this yield here. IEnumerable. Can I just, rather than doing a yield, can I just return a list? I can just do that. Oh, I can just do that. Okay, I really like that. And it will just turn into an enumerable. Plenty of time to finish. It is the Tetris game that I will play is pretty cool Tetris. It's called, what is it? Where's Steam? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Let me open up Steam. Come on. Sorry, when I type in Steam, a different program is opening here. I forget the name of the Tetris game. I'm gonna open up Steam here so we can see what it is. Yeah, I have plenty of time. Art, if you want to do it now, now would be a decent time to do it. To code game, do one need to learn data structure and algorithm. Need is need no. Is it useful? Absolutely. Is it useful? Absolutely. Will it make you more hireable? Absolutely. Tetris Effect. It's called Tetris Effect. So it's this version of Tetris. Tetris Effect. So if you redeem it, I'll play some Tetris Effect while on a treadmill. Art. It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. So feel free. I'm encouraging you to redeem it. If you want to do it, I will go ahead and do it. Look. Part of me is I need the exercise. I need the exercise. It'll be good for me. Yeah. So Wiz Yash, I hope that kind of answered your question. Okay, so if we split north south, Popcorn, welcome back to the stream. They have a good set. I made my first 2 games without really knowing what I was doing in C++. It's easier when you know more, but absolutely doable. There you go. Art, incredible advice. Okay. Neighbors. What am I doing? Split north-south. Okay, what are the conditions under when we split north-south? Okay. So the conditions when we split north-south, we should have tile by this point. So we're gonna say tile is tile dot, if it's a horizontal pipe, and we are going east or west, and we are going east or west. Okay, this one's actually not that bad. So we split north-south. We're gonna return, this one's a little bit different. We're gonna have 2 things in here. All right, so the first thing is gonna be, node. Our next direction. Okay, so we gotta do. Should make that so we can do a plus here. And this is gonna be node dot north. Stop. Direction dot north. Direction dot south. Okay. So, sorry, north. All right. So we move north, and then our direction becomes moving north. Node dot position plus direction dot south dot row direction dot south dot column and direction dot south. Okay, so we're gonna split north and south. Then we have a split east and west. It's not a flag. I should probably do, is your direction of flagging on by any chance? Then you can do direction palm. Yeah, it's not. I could make it. My direction is not an enumerated type. So that is a minor issue with it. Is my direction's not an enumerated type. I did a thing. I did a thing that might not be the best of things. For this case. Yeah, so unfortunately it's not an enum. Yeah, so I can't do it that way. With the path I've chosen here, which is kind of disappointing. So if we are a vertical pipe, okay, so actually I have this wrong. Vertical pipe. If I'm a vertical pipe and I'm going east and west, if I'm a horizontal pipe, if I'm a horizontal pipe, that's a dash here. And I am going north-south. These become east, east, east. And I've over-engineered this, so there's lots of points of failure, sadly. I'm pretty nervous. I'm pretty nervous about my solution. I've introduced a whole lot of complexity. So I'm now in what's called the sea of complexity, where I have lots of parts. And so the more code I have, the more spots of failure there are, even though I'm trying to keep the logic not too bad. Apila, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for submitting your solution. Hopefully we'll have some time to look at it. So north, south, east, west here. And no test so far, I know. Nineberry, I'm really not feeling good about this solution so far. I'm not feeling confident that I'm gonna get it on the first try. Neighbors here, okay. So split northeast, split north, south, east, west, and then the last one, there's two more where we rotate. Did someone mention already that those are not really pipes but mirrors? These ones are called splitters and these ones are called mirrors. Pipe is not the right one. I'm thinking of it as a pipe because like it's hitting it and then redirecting it out. I guess technically it's mirrors that way as well. Oh shoot, I changed this. I'm glad I looked down here because I forgot I had done this thing. Here. I was about to be really sad here. If ch, let's leave this. Let's leave this here. We're gonna say tile is tiles of position. Node dot position. Okay. If I do this, kind of don't need my edges or something. Hang on. So tile is tile dot none. Oh boy, I have lost track of what I'm doing in my code pretty sadly here. Mizzard, I could do that, but then I end up doing, I guess I need to make these else ifs. I could do that. You are correct. I absolutely could. That's what I was starting out with, and then I decided not to do it to make it slightly easier for me. I don't know if it's actually slightly easier or not. But yes, you are correct. I could do that. And change these to else ifs. If I did these as else ifs, I could do that. And then do a yield return. If I do a yield return on each one individually, it will continue down to these other if branches. But yeah, we are working on Advent of Code day 16. Day 16, what are we doing? But Popcorn, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for hanging out with us on this beautiful day. I hope you're having a wonderful week, a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful life, a wonderful December, wherever you happen to be. Okay, so we split east-west. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty fun little problem here. I I need to think about my reflections now as I'm coming into these. How does the reflection on these work? Part of me... All right, so I think I need to draw these out to understand how my directions change. I feel like I can just like take the inverse of the direction when it hits it, but I might be wrong. My initial thought here is that in this case, I think I can do direction next direction next direction is equal to node dot direction new direction dot row. I feel like I can do this, but I need to validate it. I need to validate that this is true. This is true here, but it's going to be something like this. When you hit a mirror, it just changes 45 degrees. 90 degrees in whichever direction it was coming. And this feels vaguely familiar, but I'm going to verify it on paper here first. Let's get our doc cam up here. I got to do it. Only one should be negated. Okay, so I need to figure out which one it is here. And so I'm going to draw this out just for a sanity check. So we have this case. All right, so, and then we have a different one here. All right, so let me think about this real quick. This would be -1 0. -1 0. We need to swap it. So -1 0 coming in here should go to 0 1. Okay. Which means that if we're coming in, so that's north / right. Okay. So if we're coming up, let me hang on. This is a remarkable. Komar, welcome back to stream. What are you drawing on? This is the Remarkable 2. Remarkable 2. Very expensive tablet. It's considered a productivity tablet because you can only draw on it. You can't do anything. You can't install apps or anything on it. So it's considered that's what makes it a productivity tablet. Is there's no distractions. Distraction free might be the better word for it. All right, so now if I'm coming in from the right here, so this is the case where we have 0 -1. This goes to 1 0. Okay. If we're going left, we reflect downwards like this. Right, because I need to install productivity myself. Roiku, also congratulations on finishing up your degree, my friend. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Saturday. Yeah, you can't install anything on it except Doom. You could probably install Doom or not. Thindle, you're the MVP. Thindle, I love you. Thindle, here, I'm giving you the thumbs up. Thindle, I love you. Thindle, you're so amazing. What? Thindle, welcome back to the stream. It's nice to see you, my friend. All right. So this is the case for the oh, stop it. I bumped it. We have a slash coming in from the right. It's going to exit upward. And so this one is going to go from 0 1 goes to -1 0. Okay. So I had my math completely wrong. And then we have the last one is coming in down, should come out to the left, and so this one is 1 0 goes to 0 -1. All right, so this is our translation matrix for the slash. Okay, and now let's just do the translation matrix by hand for this is /. Now we're going to do / here. If we're doing up, we come out left. So in this case, we have -1, comma 0 goes to 0, -1. So we just swap it over. It's looking like to me. We have a slash here. We're coming in from the right. We go up. So we have 0, -1 goes to -1, 0. Yep. And then so this one is just in. Is that the true for these ones too? Up goes to that. Yeah, so these are inverses of each other, which makes sense because we're doing a mirror on it. Yeah. Both are, yeah. So in this case, it's like, what are we doing it to? In this case here, if we're coming in from the right, and we come down here, so we have 0, 1 goes to 1, 0. And then the same thing, if we're coming down, we go to the right like that. So this one comes 1, comma 0 goes to 0, comma 1. Okay, so these ones are kind of the reflections of each other. Okay, so I have that written down. I had to go through it. I had to go through it to verify my brain here, because I definitely had something wrong. All right, so now this looks like when I try to figure things out, only my notes are impossible to understand. I just did a match on tile. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna say my next direction, and I'm gonna do a switch here on node.dir and tile, comma node.dir, switch like this, and we'll do a pattern match here, where we are gonna come in. Sorry if I messed up in chat. Feel free to at me again. An Invisible Cat, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. Also, I missed Ghost Monk giving us a follow. Ghost Monk, thank you for following me today. Ghost Monk, welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the academy. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. All right, here's the worst part, is I converted these things into tiles, but I really can't, in character form, they're easier to manage. So in character form, they're easier to manage because I can just do this. All right, if I have a / and I have, I can't do direction.north here, can I? No. So annoying. Everything was going crazy on my end. No worries, Ghost Monk. I'm happy to have you here on this beautiful day. This is where my match. If I'd made these, if I'd been more intelligent about this, life would be simpler right now. All right, but we're gonna say if new direction of row north would be -1, 0. So we're gonna say north. If this is the case, next direction becomes direction new direction. So -1, 0 goes to 0, 1. All right. So Smap saying you use win. Oh, so I can do. Hang on. You're saying I can do on node.dir. Node.dir. Oh, dir here. And you're gonna say direction d win t care tile. but here I can do I can do the pattern match here. North be -1 0. Okay. There we go. I had to think it through a little bit. We're say direction up when we have this slash here. I hate that I've written it this way. It just makes things hard for me to think about. And then 0 1 goes back. So those are the ones that pair that way. I hate my solution so much. All right, so if we're going down, negative, so 1, this goes to 0, -1. Okay. And 0, -1 goes to 1. Like this. I really dislike what I'm writing here. Honestly, we swap and invert, don't we? So I could do... Am I just swapping and inverting? Hang on. I can do... Hang on, is this the same thing? Someone tell me. Direction D. D dot column, D dot row, and I invert. Is this true? -1, we swapped them. It was 0 here. And I could do int row, int call. So then I can do this for the pattern match. I think this is the match. You swap them and minus. When we are on this one. 1 swapped, swap. Okay, so I think we can do this. And then the next one is this direction. Oh, we need a double slash. I hate my code so much right now. And this one we just swap. We don't have to do the mirror. Like that. Yeah. Why do you use new direction instead of northeast, southwest? So that way I can swap them out like here. Yeah, so now I can just switch on tile, right? Smab, yeah, so just switch on tile. Tile. And now we're gonna do forward tile.forward mirror. And I'm just gonna put this here for my sanity. And then this becomes negative node.dir.call call node.dir.row. Okay, and then we got a tile.backward mirror, new direction, node.dir.column, node.dir.row. And then this case here would be the don't care throw new exception could not determine new direction. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the new direction, we just return a new pair. No, it doesn't have to be a new. We do a pair of node dot position plus next direction dot row, next direction dot column, and then next direction. Okay. And I could do this as a yield return on these, so I don't have to pack them, but I don't care. I don't care. I am so nervous that my neighbor's function is really broken here. Backward mirror doesn't change the direction. It inverts it. It inverts it. So backwards mirror, I'm swapping row and column. So it swaps row and column. So it does change the direction. Yeah, so row and column. Okay. Okay. So this, like, my initial thought was I needed to just do a minus on them, but I need to do a minus and flip them, and then in the other case, it's just swapping the position. So kind of nice here. One tiny redemption out of a pain, out of the pain of my neighbors here. I honestly think this would be easier to do if I didn't translate everything into a grid. This would be actually easier to do if I just kept it as my string representation or a character grid representation. I am really disliking that I've converted it into these. It feels extra painful. So I have some regrets here. I have many regrets. Okay, so hopefully here is our breadth first search. I have many regrets. This is steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our while loop. Here. All right. Move this inside. All right. So we're just doing a breadth first traversal. All right. So we're gonna do our Q. This line 16 is our DQ. Box, it feels harder to read here. This feels so painful to read compared to the characters. I could do this. Yeah, I could do that. There we go. There we go. I like that better. I know that their internal representation is this. It's really clumsy. Popcorn, little clumsy. I would call this, this might be the formal definition of a kludge. Now I removed the type safety. Maybe a little bit. All right, so we're not doing a search, so we skip these. Okay. But then we go through all of our neighbors here. So we're going to do for each one of these neighbor in neighbors of node. Okay. Like this. I need to, real quick, energize.add start as well. We have a little bit of an extra thing here. All right. So now we're going to say if visited dot contains neighbor, skip it. Otherwise, so mine is kind of the inverse of this. We are going to say that visited dot add neighbor, energized dot add neighbor dot position, and then Should be dot position. And then we got to enqueue it. Q dot enqueue neighbor. Okay. Mark it as explored. We're skipping 12. Again, we don't need to know the path. Okay. So this is my first attempt at it. Horrific solution. I am so look, I feel there's some slight shame going on right here. Our grid energized, we start in the top left corner, right? Don't spoil part 2, Tuber Tugger. Don't do it. Don't do it. I guess it says try not to. We start in the top right. Hang on. Do we always start in the top right going to the right? Beams. And they've not, it's how the beams. Hang on. Beams do not interact. The beam enters in the top left corner from the left and heading to the right. Okay, so we're always heading to the right. We're always heading east. So we're going to do 0, 0, comma, direction dot east. Energized. And so we've changed it so it's grid dot energized. Okay, folks. There's no way I got it right on the first try. There's no way I got it right on the first try. Look, I have not validated any of my logic. I haven't even done it I've written my students. Students, if my students are watching, I'm so sorry. I always tell you to test your code as you go, and I've done none. I've done 0 testing. I've just done all logicking, all the logic. I have Nick loves that. I have no confidence. Well, where are the unit tests? I got one. Do as I say, not as I do. All right. Oh my goodness. I should have run this from the terminal just in case I have an infinite loop. Which it's kind of looking like I have an infinite loop. Oh, I passed! That took forever to run though. Holy cannoli. All right. Let's do it on our full input. Public static read only string in puzzle input equals file.read all lines of input.txt. We're gonna do a replace read all text dot replace line endings dot trim. Okay. Divine cannolis. You should. I feel so ashamed of myself right now. Puzzle input. We gotta get our puzzle input here. Here we go. Let's have this refresh real quick. Input.txt. And let's copy this into our tests. Ooh. It's gonna take a year. All right, it didn't. So I think the reason it took so long is that I hadn't compiled the code yet. What are you doing? Hard coded as string.replace line endings.trim. I'm on Windows, so we're replacing the line endings. I guess I don't need to do them. I'm replacing the line endings with Windows or whatever system I'm on, dependent line endings. Let's test this out. Okay! Oh, I can't believe we got it right on the first try. Oh, we logicked our way through it, folks. But don't do a separate file. Put it in this, like the sample. But Tuber, I was doing that, and I was asked to stop because they don't want you to share your input. If I put this in a repository and I paste my code here, my input, they don't want you sharing the input with other people. So like on a couple days I did that, and I was asked to stop. I was asked to stop doing that, which makes sense. So like, don't put you're not supposed to share your inputs. No worries, no worries. Yeah, so I do it this way. Let's rerun this. I can't believe I got it on the first try here. Let's do a git add, git commit. All right, we're gonna move to part 2. I gotta read part 2 first. Feat implements day 16 part 1. We'll push that up. All right. I can't believe I got it on my first try. My code, I'm just like, I hate so many things about my code. All right, folks, we've been going for 2 hours. We got to take a quick break. Folks. I'm going to get myself another bean water. I'm going to chug some fresh water here. When we come back, we're going to read part 2. And then we're gonna see if we can solve part 2. We haven't read it yet. No spoilers just yet. Hang tight, folks. I'll return. We'll get some stretches in. We're gonna have a good old fun time, folks. Hang tight. I shall return. All right, folks, the captain's back. I hope you didn't miss me too much. Happy to have you here. We got Full Stack Live following us. Full Stack Live, thank you so much for the follow. Full Stack Live followed me. Full Stack Live, thank you so much for following. I would like to thank Full Stack Live for following me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, folks, we are back. We are back. We're at it again. We got... Oh, it's too hot. Burned my lips. That bean water's too hot, folks, and I spilled it on my desk, and I don't have any napkins. Oh, there's one. All right, wipe that up. Sorry, we're gonna take a quick stretch break while our bean water cools off, folks. Look, I want to encourage you, Julian. Thank you for the whoa. I want to encourage you guys to join me in some stretching. Join me in some stretching. Get on up, stand on up with the captain. Look, the captain loves you, which means you should love you.
You in the back. Pay attention.
And if you love you gotta love that body. And one way to love that body is get up and get some stretch with the captain. Alternative Baron, welcome to the stream. Have you met Alternative? Alternative Baron, yeah, thank you for following me today. Alternative Baron, thank you today. Thank you for the follow. Did you see what happened to Thor yesterday, by the way? I heard he broke the world record twice. Not only did he break it once, he broke it twice. Breaking the internet, folks. Get on up. We're gonna do some stretches, but yeah, Thor, incredible inspiration to all the people of the world making game devs. Get on up. We're gonna do some stretches. Take those hands, take a palm, put it up, place it on the flat of your back, grab that elbow, pull it over. He had the highest hype train on Twitch. The highest hype train on Twitch. He had like 600% level 55 or something insane. It's like, it was like 10,000 subs and 13 million bits or something crazy. It was like, he has a picture of it on Twitter. Does anyone have the exact numbers on this? I think it was 10,000 subs. 10,000 subs, and the bits, it was like it was insane. It was it's like $13,000 in bits. It's crazy. Go and let that down. We're gonna switch sides here. Take that other palm, place it on the flat of your back, pull it across so you get a little bit of a stretch going on here. You get a little bit of tension. You're just gonna hold it there. Oh, you have 5 minutes before it ends once it hits level 55. That's crazy. Science, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. Balint, how are you on this beautiful day? Folks, if you guys don't know Science, incredible human being, just like amazing science educator, has an incredible stream. Guys, gotta go check it out. We're gonna give you a shout out in just a second here. Oh, let that arm down. We're gonna switch it out, folks. Be sure to give Science a follow. We love Science. Science, you're doing a fundraiser on Monday, right? Monday, cancer awareness fundraiser. What organization? But yeah, check it out, guys. Be sure to follow Science. Raising money for cancer research on Monday. Be sure to be there. Don't be a square. Give some love. Oh, top gift here like 4,000 subs. That's wild. That's more subs than I gave last year. I'm kind of embarrassed about the number of gift subs I gave last year. Switch to the other side here. Bring it across. Oh yeah, my Twitch recap. I was like, I can't share this with people. It's kind of embarrassing. But we had a good time here on Twitch. I fell in love with Twitch last year. I wish it was a little less adult content on Twitch. Yeah, Nick, my Twitch recap is kind of embarrassing. But yeah, I've been on Twitch for a year. I started last December. Oh, it felt good. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Take those arms, shoulders up, back, and down. We're gonna roll them back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. 2, 3. No. My Twitch recap didn't have add the elbows. My Twitch recap didn't have adult content. Twitch has too much adult content for my taste. There's like this level of embarrassment where I've stopped. Oh, it felt good. Check it out. I used to let my students know I don't hide the fact that I'm a streamer, but I don't tell them about it either because Twitch is such a like gross. There's too gross. It feels kind of gross. Twitch. That's more days than I watch, but I think I have more hours than you, Smeb. All right, folks. Are we really gonna do this? Are we really gonna do this here? I'm not logged in. All right. Are we really gonna look at my recap here? Oh no, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. It's horribly embarrassing. Chat sense. I think I had 100,000 chats. I think I had 105k chats, which I was like, that is crazy. That is just crazy. Here, let's switch to my viewer recap. It's true, you're not a streamer. Okay. All right. It's not. All right. This number is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So, there's an awful lot of lurking happening. I have an awful lot of lurking here. 347 days. All right. So it's a little bit embarrassing. Marcus Voice Coder, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here. Yeah, there it is. It's not 100, it's 40,000. I have 40,000 chats sent, which is a lot. It counts more hours if you have multiple streams. I don't usually have more than 2 open. I'm almost always watching Grumpy since he started doing Mo. Spreading the love, hang on. I don't know if I want to share the number of subs I've gifted last year. It's a really embarrassingly high number. So I feel people who know me know that I often give out big gift subs. Always made me happy to see another online educator full stack live. I love that you're here, my friend. Happy to have you on this beautiful day. But yeah, I often give out pretty chunky. All right, but here's what I will show. I got some achievements. I don't know what gift giver is, but I got the top Twitcher, category champion, and a gift giver. So I did get gift giver. I don't know what that means. What does gift giver mean? Let's take a look. Gift giver. You were in the top 10% of non-anonymous subscription gifters. So I was in the top 10% of gift givers. That's what we'll say. So I was in the top 10% of sub gifts, which is kind of crazy. I got majestic moderator. Nice. All right. Let's hop back in here. We're gonna look at part 2. We're gonna look at part 2 here. My gift sub count. I was like, I shouldn't. I'm not gonna share that information with too many people here. Okay, part 2. As you try to work out what might be wrong, the reindeer tugs on your shirt and leads you to a nearby control panel. There are a collection of buttons lets you align the contraption so that the beam enters from any edge tile and heading away from that edge. You can choose either of 2 directions for the beam. It starts on a corner, for instance. If the beam starts in the top right corner, it can start heading either left or upward. If it starts in, beam starts in the bottom right corner. Did I read that correct? So it can go left or upward. So the beam could start on any tile in the top row, heading downward. Any tile in the bottom row heading upward. Any tile on the left heading right. Any tile on the right heading left. It produces, to produce lava, you need to find the configuration that energizes as many tiles as possible. In the above example, this can be achieved by starting the beam in the 4th tile from the left of the top row. So, 4th tile, left in the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So start here and go down. 51, find the initial beam configuration that energizes the largest number of tiles. How many tiles are energized? Okay. My favorite meme that I've seen so far is why it's the what is it, Bilbo Ring meme. After all, why shouldn't I just brute force it? Someone post this. I don't want to go to the advent of code to see any of the solutions or anything, but this one here springs to mind. After all, why shouldn't I just check every possible solution? Our input's not that big, is it? It's 100 by 100, it looks like. So I could just start in all possible configurations. Oh, so it's going to be 404 configuration. I think this is 100 by 100, 110 by 110. Gotcha. And then the corners count twice. All right. All right, let's brute force this. Let's brute force this, baby. And we'll take the biggest one. Let's see if we can brute force it. Okay. Let's write a 51 is the max here. So it should be 444. Are you sure it's not 444? I could be wrong. All right, so let's the expected solution is 51 for part 2. Boop, ba-doo, boop, boo. We are doing a part 2 now. You know a part 2. That's fine. Look. I brute force and added an optimizer to compute the result twice as fast. CLBI, very cool. Because the corners have 2 directions. Yeah, the corners count twice. You got to count each corner 2 times. So I think it's 444. I can think of a solution here that uses. We're gonna do it this way. I can think of a solution to make it a little bit faster. Look, it doesn't really matter. It's 440. Okay. All right. So we're gonna parse it in here, and then we need all of our possible configurations here. So it's for every row, and then for every column. Hang on. Can we do this smart? For grid dot grid. Hang on. Enumerable dot range 0 grid dot columns 0 to rows. Okay, so we can do our ranges here. Dot select. These are gonna be rows. Hang on. So I have my columns here. So it should be 0 C. So this is column 0 C here. And then we also have grid dot rows -1 like this. So these are all our possible solutions. I could probably write this a little bit cleaner. Clayman, welcome back to the stream. Clayman, how the moon people treating you, Clayman? How them moon people? And CLBI, welcome back to the stream. I love CLBI. If you want to promote your site, feel free to drop a link in there, because your site is beautiful. I love that you're doing stuff in Commodore 64C. Absolutely incredible. All right, dot select. Someone tell me I can do better. Row 0. And then row grid dot columns -1. Welcome back to the stream, JD. JD does dev. JD, what you been doing these days? Just did a workout, feeling good, and getting ready to write some code. Very cool. All right, so I want to do a enumerable of position possible starts. It needs to be position direction. Possible starts is equal to comma. It's gonna be upset with me. This type isn't quite right. All right. And then our type here goes to direction dot east. Okay. And then this becomes direction dot west. This becomes direction dot south. And this one becomes direction dot north. Okay. Did I miss a parenthesis? There we go. Okay. He got the bomb, JD. Thank you for the clip. What is this dot dot thing? It's saying to expand this into a list. So I'm concatenating all of these enumerables together. So this is collecting it all into an IEnumerable that goes through all of the east rows, eastmost rows, westmost rows, northmost rows, and southmost rows. It's new in C# 12, Clayman. It's new in C# 12. Does this turn it into a list? Is this turning it into a list? Does dot dot force it into a list? Iterate possible starts twice. Will it do the work twice, or is it cached? It'll do the work if I iterate possible starts twice, my guess is it will. So I could do this. I think it'll do the work twice. If I do this, it turns it all into an array. And then it won't do it twice. If I put var here, it's gonna tell me it can't figure out what it wants. Yeah, it says it doesn't know how to convert it. So you can't use var or var. But if you IEnumerable, it's like, okay, well, we'll keep this in. I don't know what it does under the hood. Snabble, I don't know. But now we're gonna say possible starts dot select. Can you pass an argument into max? No. Select grid. Sorry, this is gonna be start goes to grid dot energize. Start. Ooh, I think I can just do. Oh, we can do this. Energize dot max. All right. After all, why shouldn't I brute force you? Oh, poo. Energized doesn't return an int. All right. Dot select. H goes to h dot count. All right. There we go. Max takes in a lambda. All right. Here we go. Well, it can't figure it out because this is telling it that this syntax is a collection syntax that says turn it into the appropriate collection type. If you just do var, it doesn't know how to do it. Yeah, it doesn't know how to do it because it doesn't know what the end type should be. Okay. When I put this, here's the thing. When I do this on the left side, it forces a full evaluation of everything. If I make this an IEnumerable of this, I actually suspect that it does 0 calculations until I evaluate it. My guess is it will do 0 evaluations. This will return almost instantly here. I kind of want to test this out. I want to write a test for this thing. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. Okay. I think this is the brute force. It's going to be slow. It's going to be slow. And possibly incorrect. All right, what did I get back? 48. Is 48 the actual correct answer? Using this conversion, 51 tiles are energized. I don't have a timer on it. Spoof, it was fast enough that I couldn't tell. I've done something wrong here. Got 48 back. So the question sort of is, am I doing my setup right? I think I'm doing this incorrectly because this is saying in my 0th row, I should be going south here. So this is my, for every column, go south. For every column, go north. I just have this set up incorrectly. For every row, this is the leftmost side. This is the westmost side. Yeah, I have that wrong. .NET test. I do row column. I don't like to think in Y and X. Spoof. There we go. For that exact reason, my brain got it mixed up here. This is why I always do row column. I think in rows and columns. Yeah, if I do X and Y, I get mixed up. Like exactly what I just did here with my X and Ys. Okay, so let's do it on... We might have to actually time this one. Puzzle input. Because I imagine this is going to be slow. Or infinite... That was pretty fast. I think it says, I don't know exactly what this says. Does this say, is this the speed it took to run? All right, let's try it. It runs fast enough. Okay. In my mind, under a few seconds is pretty good. Under a few seconds, pretty good. I thought this was going to take much longer to run. Yeah, so thank you. We done did it, folks. We done did it for being here to witness this. Points at all. 500 points. For all you beautiful people out there, let's add. I'll run my tests in here to get let's get the green check boxes. Enjoy your walk, G. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be. You're welcome back anytime, my friend. What are the points? It's number go up. So we do have a couple of redeems. So let's go check it out. Twitch, Captain Coder here. Most people on Twitch, if you're an affiliate, on Twitch, you get points, channel points that you build up. I don't have those. Oh, guys, thank you for watching. Happy to have you here. I don't like to watch with my number on because it spooks me. That's a lot of fancy people out there. So I don't have channel redeems, but you can do. I do have down below. We have some redeems here. Oops, we have some redeems for you. If you'd like to redeem, you can save up your points and do that. CLBI, thank you for your submission. All right, but that's essentially what they're used for. Not much. Whoa! Thank you for the whoa, Nick. Thank you for the whoa. But yeah, we got some things you can redeem. Thank you for the doy, Spoof. Thank you for the doy. But yeah, Captain Coders Academy, we try to have a good time here. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not a partner because I don't want ads. If you become an affiliate, you should change the should be in the wrong test, I think. Oh, I just don't think thank you. I didn't even notice. 9berry points. Add 9berry. Thank you very much. 50 points. But yeah, if you're an affiliate or a partner on Twitch, you have to have ads that show up on your channel. And I don't want you guys to have to watch ads. That's really what it comes down to. I'm gonna take a look at it. I can't wait. I'm done with work, so I can just do an AOC back-to-back, whimsically made. Welcome back in Toak Fodi. It's so nice to have you here. Also, real quick, Git add, git commit, feat, implement day 16 part 2. I'm surprised. All right, people are telling me to come back to. Ooh, sparkly, sparkles. We got a lava flowing happening here. Very cool. I feel like I should be taking a screenshot of this every day. I should. Is there a way to view this? Does anyone know? Can we view this without all of the 732 stars? We're more than halfway there, folks. Very nice. I like that. Some fancy ASCII art. And you have to do each one one at a time. I want to, yeah, because 2023 has a whole 2022. I mean, has a whole thing as well that like builds up as you go. You're like moving through the forest, which was really fun to do last year. Not day 5. This puzzle. What would be? The brute force is so fast. I was expecting it to be slow. Like really slow. What is the non-brute force thing to do? What are the optimizations that we could do on this? Whimsically Made, do you know at what number of viewers, subscribers, streaming becomes profitable? I imagine it depends. Like, define profitable. I don't think there's a much better way than trying all starts. Yeah, so I feel like I like. Part of me wants to say, is there like some Dijkstra's doesn't feel quite right. So when you say profitable, I guess like how much money does it cost to put in? Yeah, I feel like it has to be super high. It depends on how much you value your time. Whimsically Made. If we go to Twitch tracker here, twitchtracker.com/the Captain Coder. Like if you think about hours streamed versus viewers, like how much you make from streaming, like the amount you're making less than minimum wage on. I'm not doing it. I imagine you're making less. From what I've heard, is you're making less. All right. So when I talked to Pirate Software Thor, I asked him about it, and when he was getting like 400 or 500, 300 to 400 average concurrent viewers, he says he was making less than minimum wage from ads, and he makes more money from people donating and like bits and subs and stuff. It's going to depend on your community, on your bits and subs. But from just like a making money from watching, I know he was saying he makes less than minimum wage with 400 average viewers. Sorry. Whimsically, I do like that you don't monetize your stream. I feel odd seeing people with less than a dozen viewers who insist on showing mini ads. So yeah, I just the ads here. No Twitch ads alone. You need like 5. With Twitch ads alone, you need like 5 to 10K viewers. Yeah. So what I will say, Whimsically Made, I'm not trying to make any money, but what I will say is I sell lessons. I'm a teacher and I sell lessons, and I've done pretty good doing that. I love my job too much though to do this. If too many people are coming in here, so I have sold here 4 courses and 40 lessons, like one-on-one lessons. And so like I started doing this. These 2 things have only been up since August. And so I'm doing all right from that standpoint alone. It feels weird to, I don't know. It feels weird for people. It feels weird when people just give me money. There's something about that feels weird to me. But in my mind, the stream itself is sort of my advertisement. So like, and I just have fun doing it. I have fun doing it. Yeah. So really for Nick, it comes down to me as I don't need the money is really what it comes down to. But yeah, essentially all of that money has been turned into subs. Yeah. So all that money has been sort of turned into subs. Okay. let's take a look here. Bridmer, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here. I forgot to give a shout out to JD. Folks, if you guys don't know, JD Does Dev, incredible streamer. Thank you for popping in, JD. Happy to have you here.
With Captain, let me see if I could do my.
He does impressions.
I am not the captain, but my eyebrows.
We
also
love JD
move
Does Dev,
in a
folks.
way like the captain.
Incredible developer. Working in Godot. Building some cool stuff, but yeah, does the captain impersonation because I do this. BK, welcome back. It's because when I talk to people, I say, I am welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. Captain Coder is me, and me is Captain Coder, and Captain Coder is a computer science educator. So I think that's what he's trying to impersonate there. BK, I'm doing absolutely beautiful. How are you? Kasahu, sorry if I missed you in the chat. Happy Saturday. I'm glad to have you here. How can I connect GitHub to VS Code? You just have to be in a repository. If you're in a repository, there's this button that's sort of built in. You might need an extension for it. But if you're inside of a repository, this button here will show you the source control of it. So if we open our repository here, it shows the changes, my commits, the histories, that sort of thing. So it's really just this button. And if you want to get super advanced, you can install Git lenses. Is that what it's called? Git lenses is a good one too. Really, is there a GitHub package? There's a GitHub package you can install as well, like that. Nick says, when I stream on Twitch, I never had anybody sub to my channel. I never asked push for that either. And then somebody found me streaming on YouTube and told me to go back to Twitch and started a hype train on his own. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I've never had a hype train. There's no way to get a hype train. There's some features I'd love to have. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Hang on. Let's come back to this project. Hi Tandon, welcome back. I got my fancy mug again. That's right, Redmer. All right, folks, we gotta go through these quickly again. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to look at all of them the last couple days. We're gonna be raiding over to so how hard must we try not to spoil part 2? Oh, I finished part 2. We can turn that off. We've done finished it. All right. No timer. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Let's give a shout out here to Keybind again. Keybind is doing a charity subathon, and I'm gonna be going over there to Keybinds. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a collab. Folks. But let's give a shout out to Keybind real quick. Keybind is where we're going in a little bit. He does on stream, he creates software. He does Niceland VPN. So awesome streamer, awesome developer. All of the money over there that goes into the subathon is going to be donated to a charity at the end. So yeah, we're gonna be going over there in a little bit. Try and help raise money for like animal. I forget exactly what it is, but raising money. We'll be going over there. Sorry, I don't know more. Keybind, I'm sorry, I don't know more. But yeah, he's the creator of Niceland VPN. So we'll be doing a little bit of a collab there in a little bit. But yeah. All right, let's take a look at Smab's solution. Smab, thank you for sharing your solution with us. Let's get this in. Smab, I strive to be as incredible as you. Let's take a look here. Day 16, the floor will be lava. Did I commit? Hang on. Get status. I didn't add stuff. Get add. Get commit dash m. Sure. Forgot to commit some things. Sorry. All right. I would never do that commit at work. Okay. Part 1, Part 2, Splitter H, Splitter V, Mirror 1, Mirror 2, Energized. Energized is not a word. Smab! Energized is not a word. I was gonna say that's pretty much how I commit at work. Don't commit like that at work. I guess when you go to do a pull request, if you do a squash, it's a little bit better. Energized isn't a word apparently. That's okay though. That's okay. Mirrors, splitters, obstacles. Solution 1. Beam is interestingly enough. Beam is a struct. Beam is a struct. I'm English. It's energized. English word. Wait, is energized a word in American English? Energized. With a Z is energized. Is it energized or energized? Are both English term energized and predominantly used in American? Well, clearly the one with the Z is incorrect because it came second. Fascinating. I do feel like American spellings, people get a little bit crazy about it. It's like, well, they came later. How do I say GIF? GIF. That's how we spell it. Yeah. Well, I say GIF. Code usually uses AE versus BE like color. Look, spelling C. Yeah. All right. Tenaglia. Thank you for following me today, Tenaglia. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Tenaglia, sorry for the terrible song. Welcome to the stream. Happy Saturday. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing beautifully well. Metensis. Spelling C, I love it. Metensis, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Okay. So we have a point. Beam is just has a point in a direction. I should have done something like this. I was getting really tired of my pair. So Smab, I think this is a better way to do it, for sure. And then we have a direction here. You just put stuff in Beam. I really disliked my solution. It was just kind of painful to look around and logic my way through it. Okay. This is finding our start beam, energize. So beam, I'm assuming, let's go look at beam. Position and direction. I did a pair for position and direction. And I found it insufferable. All right, so we have our visited, we have our queue of beams. Here, we need a hash set of points. So you have the same structure as I do, and at the end, you just pull them all out. Beautiful. We do a try-deck, try-DQ, try-deck, it doesn't matter. Visited. Interesting that you have this discard here. Were you using that previously for something, Smab? I'm curious why you don't just do this. But that's okay. We get the obstacle at this position. And then new directions here. Mirror 1. There's really funny bit about Yogscast. Genuine question, what's with the / stuff in between mirrors? It's just saying it's exactly what I did. It's the new style guide. Interesting. So if you return Smab, it explicitly shows discarded values. Gotcha. I kind of like it. Yeah, so this is just called in mini programming, it's called a don't care discarded value. Just so that you're aware that there's something being discarded. That's okay. This is why I call, I wish I could Smab my code better. All right, so this is, BK, this is just so that in your brain, you know which direction the mirror is, because mirror 1 and mirror 2 aren't particularly descriptive of what this symbol is. And so it helps with this translation of the beam. Smab, I really like this match here. I really like what you've done with the match, far better than what I did. Mine felt just like painful, these if statements. Why is it being ignored? Because we don't use it. We don't use it. There's no reason to use it. in our code. It never comes up to check whether or not it was actually added. SMAB is following the style guide that says if you're not going to use a returned value, just make sure you explicitly say it. So it's an explicit saying, hey, I'm not going to use this value. I think the idea is it prevents accidents. It prevents accidents from happening. All right, and then we say get all of our new directions, and then new position. Yeah, we just move our position based off of a direction, and then we get a possible beam. And we say, is it inside of our bounds? If it is, we queue it up. SMAB, I like the beautiful thing here. Sweet Radish, there are totally cycles in this. So you want to keep track of the places you've visited as well. So you got to be careful about what the, not just the positions you visited, but the direction of the laser in that position. So that'll fix it. SMAB, really clean solution here. And then part 2, ooh, you're parallelizing it. Nice. Parallel.4, I've not used that before. Is this something, where's parallel coming from? I've not seen this. I'm assuming it's just saying do a for loop, do a parallel, do all of this stuff here. And then we have a locking mechanism here to make sure that we're not overriding max tiles. Nice. Only cut it by about half. Gotcha. I was just wondering what library it's coming from. Because I'm not seeing it using, so it's part of the, it's an implicit pull in there. Very nice. I love it. Okay. Nice solution. SMAB, thank you for sharing points. Add SMAB 500. Thank you for sharing your solution with us. Really, I think this is a really clean solution. The new direction, obstacle. I might have pulled this into another method, but I honestly feel like it reads so much cleaner just coming straight down here. I really like the procedurally written, it's because we are doing a well-known, you're doing breadth first search. You're doing a breadth first navigation. I feel like it's very obvious it's a breadth first navigation when you do this. I pulled mine out into like get neighbors, and I really like what you've done here. A beautiful solution. I think this really showing how to write some nice clean code in C#. Okay. Nineberry. We're gonna look at another C# solution here. Nineberry, thank you for sharing your solution with us. But I think I still got the right answer. You got some buggy code. Look, sometimes it's just a feature spoof. Sometimes it's just a feature. Here is Nineberry's solution. Points, add Nineberry. Nope, that tab almost got me. Nineberry, 500 points. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, you're not trying. If it's not broke, you're not trying. Is that the saying? If it ain't broke, you're not trying. Okay. Nineberry, let's have a looky-loo here. Okay. Visited cells is going to be a dictionary from cell to direction. Okay. A hash set of directions. So it's the cells we've visited with the directions we've been there. That's part of the open close principle. TOAC, if it works, don't touch it. So you define tiles, directions. I should have done mine as an enumerated type here. We got a cell, we got a grid. Here. Test edge configuration, test configuration, move beam to cell. All right, move beam to cell. Takes the cell a direction and visited cells. If we're not in the grid, we stop. Otherwise, if we have never seen this cell before, we are going to go ahead and add a set in and mark that we visited this spot. if we have already visited this cell, going in this direction, we stop. Otherwise, we say, okay, well, we've now visited going in this direction, and we get our directions that we can go from this new position. And then for each one, we move the beam. Okay, so we have a recursive, this is going to be depth first search. This will be a depth first exploration because we're using the implicit stack here to move the cell beam down. So we go through each one and then we call move cell beam. Yeah, so we're explicitly doing it with a depth first exploration. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Nice little solution here. So you don't have to. Depth first search is actually really easy to write. Nick said, did a BFS with Q myself. Okay. Apply tile. This is just the navigation of given a tile in a direction, what is the new directions that we can go. Get cell tile. Yep, so here we say it's, we can just look it up. We're inside if we're this way. I like the explicit pulling these out so it reads a little bit better. Get neighboring cells. Nice work. Get neighboring cells. Do we need all the neighbor cells? Let's go look where you use this. New cell here. For direction, new direction, get neighbor cells. Move beam to cell, new cell. Wait, get neighboring cell. Oh, this is just getting one direction. It's getting one direction. I thought it was getting all of these. Okay, so given a cell, what is the neighbor direction given the specified direction? Nice solution. Straightforward solution. Nothing tricky or complex in here. The recursion might throw some people off if you haven't seen depth first search written this way before. Nice solution. I thought I was getting Backstreet Boys. I'm sorry, Crit Kit, I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend. I'm sorry to disappoint. Folks, if you want, folks, be sure to give Crit Kit a follow. Incredible streamer. Nice to have you here, my friend. Crit Kit, what have you been up to these days? Look, he got the old man emoji. I love it. Crit Kit, what have you been working on? Always doing something incredible. You got an art. You got it. I love you, Crit Kit. Cricket. Crit Kit. I don't know why I'm calling you Crit Kit. Cricket. Nice to have you here. We are. I'm gonna cue my solution. Hi, Tandon. You ready? We're ready for a Rusty solution. Here we go. Let's get some Rust in. Cricket, what have you been working on? Feel free to share some links if you got them. Share them if you got them. I didn't actually do the thing here. All right, let's pull this in. All right. Never get to watch your streams. Yeah, we're doing Advent of Code, so I've been streaming a lot more this month than I normally do. But Advent of Code, AOC, doing lots of puzzles here. I have fun with these. This is like one of my favorite things to do in programming land is just solve algorithm puzzles. I'm a big fan of like LeetCode, Coding Game, those sites. Yeah, I have a lot of fun doing these. And so Advent of Code, it's like a little gift. It does get a little bit wearing down here. All right, directions, movement, gets the pairs of actual grid movement. Helper, a nondescript name here, so we got to figure out what this does. Frontier, I think Frontier, this is where these are our visited positions. Row, column, and direction, I'm assuming is what Frontier is. Viz, maze.iter. I'm not sure what Viz is doing just yet. Visited. Okay, Viz is visited. Okay. All right. Frontier, pop the end. If we've been here and we've gone in this direction, we skip it. Otherwise, we add this to our visited map. Okay. And then we're gonna look at the row column, and we're gonna do, if it's a dot, keep going. If it's a /, we mirror in a specific way. If it's a /, we mirror in a specific way. If it's a pipe, and we're going north-south, we keep going. Otherwise, we split on the pipe, and same with the dash here, we split on the pipe. And it should be unreachable here. A really straightforward procedural writing here. If you understand the puzzle, you look at it. Looks like iterative BFS here. So we add it to the queue, and then this is our while. Yeah, so this is a breadth first search. Breadth first search here. Okay, and then we just do a flat map, filtering over, saying just get our positions at the end. So at the end of the day, we're gonna count up all of the unique positions, ignoring the hash of directions at the end. And then we have that, and it returns this value, I believe. All right, so helper does BFS for us. Yeah, from any, so we discard, essentially we filter it so that we only care about the X and Y positions on it. Count energized, we're gonna use our helper here. And it just gives us back, given a maze, we can use our helper to get them back. I might have called this search or something rather than helper, but that's fine. Count max energized. This is interesting. You're okay. So you're going through all of your rows, and you're going up and down, and then you go through all of your. Go east, and then we go west. We go south, and then we go north. Is that correct? You're going through all of your rows, going east and west, and then here it's saying go to the end here. So we go from the east from this position, and then the west from this position. We go from the north, south, and from the south, north. Okay. And then you find the max and add it up. Okay, nice little solution. Hi Tandon, thank you for sharing it. Makes me want to write some Rust code. Makes me want to write in Rust. All right. I feel a little bad doing this, but we're running a little bit out of time. I'm gonna come back. I promise. I really want to take a look at CLBI's solution. I'm so sorry. I really want to see CLBI's solution before I run out of time. Just because you guys gotta look at this beautiful website. It's because this website's so, I'm so impressed. Look at this website. So CLBI writes, you guys gotta look at this here. Add this in here. We're gonna pin that for a second. CLBI solutions. I didn't get to see yours yesterday, and so I really wanted to see it. CLBI is writing these on a Commodore 64. And then it's like I would expect horrible C code. It's insane how good the C code looks. Usually when I write code in C, it doesn't look this pretty. So I'm just so exactly profits lodestar, (8, 1). That's how you run things off of that disk. Profits, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. It's nice to have you here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay. Using some macros. Are these called macros in C? I forget what they're called. C code is the best code. It's so easy to write nasty C code. The pound defines here. Are these called macros? They're like they're called macros. Okay. It basically is a pre-processing step. When we encounter this, it's going to do a like search and replace for this with variables. So it's really cool here. It does like inlining. Yeah, pre-processing macro. S is 28. Petsky pipe character 0xd. This is the bar. We have our map here. This is our map. These are the things we've seen. We have int west score, WH score is 0, max score is 0. So this is for part 2. Here's our bit mask 1, 2, 4. This is binary, the lowest order bits, second bit, third bit. So this is 2 to the 1, 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2 here. So we have our bit mask here, which is cool. Our struct here is going to be the stack we use a depth first search. All right, so we're building up a stack here so we can come in here. The mirror, given a direction, how do we mirror it? So when we hit a mirror, based on the direction we're going, how are we going to mirror it here? It's pretty nice. Simple thing here. Shine. I like that name. Okay. We're going to do a while loop. This is a while true. For anyone who doesn't know, you can write a while true this way. If we're going to get the character at our current position. Okay, so we have a shine position during mask. What I'm surprised about CLBI, you're not using the system stack. You've defined a stack. I was gonna say, I feel like you could potentially get a Stack Overflow here, since you're doing depth first search, but you've explicitly defined a stack here, which is cool. Cool, you've written a stack that you're gonna link, gonna build up as we go. So we have this while true. I was using the C64 stack. I was going to say, I imagine you get a Stack Overflow, but you've had to explicitly create a stack here. That's great. Okay, so if we have a dash and we're vertical, this is basically going through finding these things. So if we have a dash, we might need to split, append the other end of the split to the stack, right? We need to split the beam, so we split them in 2 directions here. We add this to the stack and we do this thing here. If we are the vertical bar, what's interesting here, I'm curious, CLBI, why you didn't put this in here directly. Why? Oh, is this this symbol's not supported on C64 maybe? So what's going on with that? The caret and Petsky. I'm curious. I'm trying to understand why you're doing that. Took 23 minutes to figure out since Priest is successful using 64 set for a relatively deep recursion. Gotcha. I'm curious why we can't use the character bar in here. I'm assuming it's just not something that's accessible on C64. And so you've encoded it that way. I don't know. I'd be curious. So now our mask is horizontal mask. We do the same thing for horizontal here. In ASCII -- are the same. Yeah, okay, so in C64, this isn't that, so you have to do, gotcha. Neat. Today I learned TIL. Cross-platform is hard. All right, so if we have a slash, we do a mirror. If we have a backslash, we do an invert mirror. If we're less than 32, at 0R, both are centennial, stopping values for the mark, the end of which is done to skip. So this is looking for like end lines. So you're going through your input, looking for end lines. Is that what's going on here? If we're not equal to 0, we also break. We increment our score, our scene. It's a bound check. The 2D map is bordered with zeros or new lines on the right. Gotcha. This is finding our border. What a clever little hack here for the border check. All right. And then we do a depth first search here. Given a row, column, or column row, and direction, we iterate through, we build up our visited set here. We initialize our stack, then we say keep shine while our stack has things on it. This is really, I love it. It makes me kind of want to go right for the, I want to do so. It makes, so here's the thing, as a teacher, I'm like, this is so fascinating, it's so cool. I would love to teach a class where students had to program on a Commodore 64. That would be so fun. really clean. It's amazing. It's amazing how short this solution is, how readable this solution is. How readable this solution is, and just how concise and short it is. It blows my mind that you can get such a tiny solution in C that is still mostly legible. It's insane. It's insane. CLBI, thank you so much for sharing your solution. You're hardcore. As game judge introduce rigorous constraints, and you'll see nice, creative, and unexpected things. It's so cool. I'm teaching a class. It really does make me want to do do something on C64. I'm teaching a class. It's just I teach young students. I teach ages 10 to 14. Next term, I'm teaching a class about TIC80. But it's in like a high level language. There are certain constraints that this has. The size of your program has to be pretty small. Actually, not really true. Hi, Tin Tandem. I'm sorry. Let me get you some points. Thank you for letting me know. Give you some bonus points since I forgot. But I'd love to teach C64. It's just there's so much overhead. One of the things that's really nice about teaching C64 is it's all self-contained. That's what I like about this TIC80 thing is it's all self-contained. It's all self-contained. In here, all of the things you need to do it. You don't have to. So like when you're building software these days, it's like, well, we have C#, and then we're doing something in like Maui or Blazor. So we have all this you got to understand XML. You got to understand how images work, all this stuff. TIC80 is cool because it's all built into the tool. So like if you're doing something on Commodore 64, so part of me is like C64 basic. This tool has a sprite editor built in, a map editor built in, a sound effects editor built in, and a music editor built in. And so I'm going to be using this to teach my students some basic Lua scripting. But you're able to do some really, really interesting and cool things by having this tool. I'm really excited for it. All right, folks. I'm so sorry I didn't get to more solutions today. I feel terrible. This is the second day I didn't quite get in there. We got to run. We got to get out of here. We're going to go raid Keybind. We're going to go raid Keybind, folks. Thank you all for being here. If you guys don't know Keybind is a absolutely fabulous streamer here on Twitch. He does... He builds a VPN, builds Niceland VPN. We're gonna go raiding here. We're doing a subathon charity stream. So we're gonna go in there. We're gonna see if we can make this subathon go forever. But hang tight, folks. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Remember, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow for day 17. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.